Hello friends, welcome to today's session on Arithmetic Progressions. In this session I am going to explain 19th question for you from exercise 5.3, chapter 5, Arithmetic Progressions. So let's read the question first. 200 logs are stacked in the following manner. 20 logs in the bottom row, 19 in the next row, 18 in the row next to it, and so on. In how many rows are the 200 logs placed and how many legs are in the top row? So he is placing logs one above the another in this way. You can see in the diagram, right? So there are 20 logs in the bottom row and then 19 logs in the top row and then 18 logs in the top row of the next row, and so on it goes on. So we have to find out how many rows are required to arrange 200 logs. So this is an arithmetic progression. 20 logs in the top row, 19 logs in the bottom row, 19 logs in the next row and 18 logs in the next row, and it goes on till an. We do not know the n value, but we know the sum of the n terms. Sn is equal to 200. Sum of the total logs is 200 logs, right? So Sn is equal to 200. We have to find out n. This is an arithmetic progression series. Why? Because each number is getting decreased by 1. So A is 220, that is the bottom row logs, and D becomes minus 1, that is the common difference. Now we have to find out n and an. That is number of rows in which the logs are placed and how many logs are there in the top row, that is an value. So these are the numbers we have to find out. Now we know the formula of Sn, right? Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now let's substitute here. I know the Sn value, a value and d value, and we will get a quadratic equation in n, and we can solve that n equation and to get the values of n. So n by 2 into a is 20 plus n minus 1 into d is common difference minus 1 is equal to sum of all the terms is 200. Okay. So n into 40 minus n plus 1 is equal to 200 into 2, 400. N into 41 minus n is equal to 400. So n square 41n minus n square is equal to 400. So n square minus 41n plus 400 is equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. We will solve this equation to get the values of n. I am going to factorize this equation by using the splitting the middle term method. N square minus 16n minus 25n plus 400 is equal to 0. So 41n can be written in the form of 16n plus 16n, 41 can be written in the form of 16 plus 25, right? So that's what I have done here. Now n into n minus 16 minus 25 into n minus 16 is equal to 0. So that implies n is equal to 25 or n is equal to 16. Now first let's take the case of n is equal to 25. Case 1. N is equal to 25. That implies an is equal to a25 is equal to, that is number of logs in the top row. A25 is equal to a plus 24d. Right? Because I am using this formula, an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So a25 becomes a plus 24d. So a is 20 plus d into d is minus 1 into 24. That is equal to 20 minus 24. That is equal to minus 4. So number of logs can cannot be negative number, right? So this case is, we do not consider this case, n is equal to 25. So let's consider the second case, n is equal to 16, case 2, n is equal to 16. That implies a16 is equal to a plus 15d, that is equal to a is 20 plus 15 into d is minus 1, that is equal to 20 minus 15, that is equal to 5. So we will consider this case, n is equal to 16. So how many rows are there? So they are arranging 200 logs in 16 rows, and in the top row there are 5 logs. Hope this is clear for you. N is equal to 16 and A16 is equal to 5. I'll explain the problem once again. There are 200 logs and we are arranging the logs such that there are 20 logs in the bottom row and 19 logs in the next row and 18 logs in the top row, and it goes on. So we have to find out how many rows are there in the top row, how many rows are there to place the 200 logs, and if there are, and how many logs are there in the top row. So we know the value of Sn is equal to 200, that is the total number of logs, and in the bottom row there are 20 logs, that is A is equal to 20 and D is common difference is equal to minus 1. Now we have to find out n value and an value. So Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. I have substituted the values and I got a quadratic equation, n square minus 41 n plus 400 is equal to 0. I have factorized this equation and I got the values as n is equal to 25 and n is equal to 16. If I take the case of n is equal to 25, that is 25 rows, I am getting the number of logs in the top row as minus 4. This is not possible. Number of logs cannot be a negative number. So I am considering the value n is equal to 16. Then we will get the number of rows in the top as 16, 5. So there are 5 rows at the top row, there are 5 logs at the top row, and there are 16 rows. Hope this is clear for you. Now let's move to the last question in this exercise. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point, which is 5 meters from the first potato, and the other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. There are 10 potatoes in the line. A competitor starts from the bucket and picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it, drops it in the bucket, runs back to pick up the next potato, runs to the bucket to drop it in, and she continues in the same way until all the potatoes are in the bucket. What is the distance the competitor has to run? So there is a potato race, right? There is a bucket here and the competitor has to run and get each potato and put it in the bucket and go for the next potato. So the first potato is at a distance of 5 meters from the bucket, and after that each potato is placed at a distance of 3 meters from the next potato. Okay, so the potatoes are arranged in the arithmetic progression series, that is 5 meters, next 5 plus 3 meters, and then 5 plus 3 meters. So this is how the potatoes are arranged from the bucket, the distances. The distances are in this way. So this is an arithmetic progression with the starting distance from the bucket as 5 meters, A is equal to 5, and the common difference D is the distance between any two potatoes is 3 meters. 3 meters. And how many potatoes are there? There are 10 potatoes. So n is equal to 10. Now we have to find out the total distance travelled by the competitor to put all the 10 potatoes into the bucket. So the distance travelled for the first time is, total distance is equal to the distance travelled for the first time is, this is the bucket, he has travelled, this is the first potato, this is 5 meters, So he comes to the potato and then goes back to the bucket. So it is total 2 into 5 meters, right? 2 into 5 plus the next potato is at the distance of 3 meters from the first potato. That is 2 into, he has to travel 5 plus 3 meters 2 times. 2 into 5 plus 3. And then for the next potato he has to travel 2 into 5 plus 3 plus 3. And so on till the 10 potatoes. Now this looks like the sum of an arithmetic progression series. If we take 2 common, 2 into 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 and so on till 10 potatoes. So this is sum of the distances travelled for 10 potatoes, that is S10. So 2 into, that is equal to 2 into S10. Right? What is Sn formula? Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now we know the formula of n. N is 10, a is 5, d is 3. And we can find out the distance travelled by using the formula of Sn. So the total distance becomes 2 into S10. So 2 into 10 by 2 into 2 into a is 5 plus n minus 1 is 10 minus 1, that is 9 into d is 3. That is equal to 2 into 10 by 2 is 5, 5 into 5 2s are 10 plus 9 3s are 27. That is equal to 2 into 5 into 37. That is equal to 370 meters. So the total distance travelled by the competitor is 370 meters. Hope this is clear for you. I'll explain the problem once again. There is a bucket and the competitor has to run to each potato and collect the potato and put it in the bucket and come back. Come back for next potato. So there are 10 potatoes placed in a row and each potato is 3 meters apart and the first potato is 5 meters from the bucket. So this is an arithmetic progression series, right? 5. So the distances are in the format 5, 5 plus 3 meters, 5 plus 3 plus 3 meters and so on. So this is an arithmetic progression series with a is equal to 5 meters, d is equal to 3 meters and n is equal to 10. 10 potatoes. Number of potatoes is 10. So the distances travelled S10 becomes n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. That is 5 plus 10 by 2 into 2 into 5 plus n 9 into 3. So after calculating this, I got the answer as 370 meters. Hope this is clear for you. That's all for this exercise. You can refer to other videos for more solved questions in this exercise. And please leave your feedback in the comment section below. And please subscribe to the channel and share the videos. Until then, see you.